Ircon International Limited urge to stay ahead. Welcome. This video is intended to address the processes involved in the construction of embankment for roadways and railways as per IS, IRC and IRS guidelines. What is embankment? An embankment refers to a volume of earth that is placed and compacted for the purpose of raising the level of a roadway or railway above the ground level. Typically, height of an embankment varies from 1 to 3 meters and vertical to horizontal slope is in the ratio of 1:2. Processes required for construction of an embankment: clearing and grubbing, layering and compaction of base layers, layering and compaction of subgrade. Let's take you to the construction site where embankment has to be constructed. The preparation of right-of-way starts with clearing and grubbing. Grubbing involves removal of trees, shrubs, stumps and rubbish from the future right-of-way of a transportation corridor and provides flat and workable area for construction. Post the leveling of ground and grubbing, marking of tow lines is done to mark the area of construction. Caution: before commencement of work, please ensure that any overhead or underground utilities, for example, electric or telephone poles, power cables, telephone lines, optical fiber cable, sewerage, etc., does not come in the way of the construction area. In case of any issues faced, the utilities have to be shifted away from the right-of-way. Finally, proof rolling is done through a compactor to ensure the flat and solid ground before commencement of work. Selection of borrow area. A borrow area is identified nearby the construction area. Before excavating soil from the area, following soil tests should be done: natural moisture content identification, SEV analysis, Atterberg limit to calculate liquid limit, plastic limit and plasticity index, MDD and OMC. As per IRC guidelines, density of soil should be as mentioned below. Dumping of soil. The soil excavated from borrow pit is dumped between tow lines. The dumpers should have active reverse horn and empty their dumpers in a way such that double handling is avoided. Layering of soil. Layering of soil is done using mortar grader. Dumped soil on the right-of-way is evenly spread on the construction area through the mortar grader. Please note that the soil profile should be as per the design profile. Compaction. Compaction of layers is done through soil compactor. Please note that the compacted thickness of each layer of soil should not be more than 200 mm. As per IRC guidelines, soil used should be compacted at OMC ±2% of MDD. Case 1. Moisture content of soil is less than OMC -2%. In this case, addition of water or moisture content in the soil is done by a water tanker. Subsequently, the soil is plowed and then compacted. Case 2. Moisture content of soil is more than OMC +2%. In this case, the soil is skewed if required and left under the sun for drying to get the moisture content under the desired limit. Compaction of the first layer is followed by layering of the second layer. Tests mentioned earlier are conducted at each layer of compaction. Construction of subgrade. 500 mm thick for roadways. Layering and compaction of embankment is followed by subgrade. Please take note of the following few important points regarding subgrade. As per IRC guidelines, for embankments, relative compaction should not be less than 95% of MDD. For subgrade, relative compaction should not be less than 97% of MDD. As per the IRS guidelines, for embankments, relative compaction should not be less than or equal to 98% of MDD. For blanketing, relative compaction should not be less than 100% of MDD. The relative compaction in field is checked by any of the following methods: core cutter method, sand replacement method, nuclear gauge method. After completion of embankment and subgrade or blanketing, the formation is ready to receive non-bituminous base in case of roadways and ballast in case of railways. Ircon International Limited, urge to stay ahead.